Welcome back to our channel Rare Coins Hub. In today's video, we're going to explore something really interesting and exciting. Stay with us and don't forget to like and subscribe. Let's get started. In 1981, the United States was in the midst of a decade of transformation. From the economic challenges following the 1970s to the political changes that would soon sweep through the nation, the year 1981 holds a unique place in the nation's history. But among all the events of that year, one small, seemingly insignificant object emerged as a symbol of both the past and the future: the 1981 one-dime coin. Though it's just a tiny piece of currency, this coin carries a fascinating story that not only takes us through the rich history of American coinage but also highlights how something as humble as a dime can be worth much more than its face value. The journey of this particular dime began long before 1981. But it was that year that would give rise to a rare coin that would eventually become a collector's dream. Let's go back to the early days of the 1980s. The United States was experiencing a major shift. The country was emerging from the financial struggles of the 1970s, and President Ronald Reagan had just taken office. It was a time of high inflation, rising unemployment, and a national push for economic recovery. Meanwhile, on the streets and in the pockets of everyday Americans, the dime continued to be a staple of daily life. Though it wasn't particularly cherished, the dime, valued at just 10 cents, had been circulating for over a century, a reliable currency in the hands of the public. However, in the world of coin collectors, the story of the dime was about to change. The U.S. Mint, which had been producing coins for the United States since the late 1700s, was faced with a decision in the late 1970s and early 1980s. Coin production was a highly regulated process, but the value of the materials used to mint coins, like copper and silver, was fluctuating rapidly. In 1980, a major change took place in the production of coins, especially the dimes, when the United States Mint started transitioning away from silver content in its coins. Up until the 1960s, dimes had been made from 90% silver, giving them an intrinsic value much higher than their face value. But as the price of silver surged, it became unsustainable to continue minting silver coins. This led to a change that would affect not only the materials used but also the design of American coins in general. By the time the 1981 dime was minted, the coins were no longer made of silver. Instead, they were produced from a combination of copper and nickel, with the face value still set at 10 cents. While this change wasn't immediately apparent to the average person, collectors were starting to take notice. Coin collectors, or numismatists, look beyond the everyday circulation of coins to find those that might be rare or unique due to specific production characteristics. And that's where the 1981 dime came into the picture. The design of the dime, like all U.S. coins, had been a subject of great debate and artistic effort. The obverse side of the dime, which features the portrait of Franklin D. Roosevelt, has remained unchanged since 1946. Designed by artist John R. Sinek, the image of Roosevelt was chosen to honor the late president after his passing in 1945. Roosevelt's likeness on the dime has become an iconic representation of American leadership during the difficult years of the Great Depression and World War II. It's also a reminder of the important role Roosevelt played in shaping the modern welfare state, but it's the reverse side of the 1981 dime that deserves our attention. The reverse, designed by the famous artist Adolph A. Weinman in 1916, depicts a torch flanked by an olive branch and an oak branch. The torch represents freedom and liberty, while the olive branch symbolizes peace and the oak branch stands for strength and independence. These symbols on the reverse side of the dime have remained the same for decades, making the 1981 version no different in terms of design than many others. However, it's the subtle characteristics of the minting process that would eventually make the 1981 dime so unique. In 1981, the U.S. Mint was using a slightly different production method that would later make certain dimes from that year highly sought after. To understand this, we need to dive into the world of minting. Each year, millions of coins are produced at U.S. Mint facilities, specifically in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. These coins are struck with a press that uses dies to imprint the design onto the coin. However, sometimes errors occur during the minting process. These errors, whether they are caused by a problem with the die, the metal, or the press itself, can result in coins that are different from the standard, making them valuable to collectors. In the case of the 1981 dime, there was a specific error that would go unnoticed by most people at the time but would later become a collector's dream: the 1981 no-mint mark dime. The U.S. Mint had traditionally marked coins with a mint mark to indicate where they were produced. Dimes produced in Philadelphia were marked with no mint mark, while those made in Denver carried a D, and coins from San Francisco were marked with an S. However, in 1981, a small number of dimes were produced without any mint mark at all. This error is incredibly rare, and as a result, these dimes are now highly sought after by collectors. At first glance, the 1981 dime may seem like just another ordinary coin. But for the seasoned numismatist, spotting a 1981 no-mint mark dime is like finding a diamond in the rough. These dimes were not meant to be produced without a mint mark, and the mistake went unnoticed for quite some time. However, as collectors began to examine the 1981 dimes more closely, it became clear that some of them lacked the mint mark, signaling that they were made in Philadelphia but had been accidentally produced without the identifying mark. Why does this matter? The absence of a mint mark makes the coin unique. In the world of coin collecting, rarity is key. The fewer of something there are, the more valuable it can become. And in this case, the 1981 no-mint mark dime is rare. While the exact number of these coins is unknown, estimates suggest that only a few hundred exist. This rarity, combined with the historical context and the appeal of Roosevelt's image, has made this particular coin a sought-after treasure. As with many collectible items, the value of the 1981 no-mint mark dime has fluctuated over the years. When the error was first discovered, the value of the coin was relatively modest. A few collectors were willing to pay a small premium for it, but it wasn't until the 1990s and early 2000s that interest in the coin began to grow. As more collectors discovered the rarity and appeal of the 1981 no-mint mark dime, prices began to rise. And today, the coin is worth significantly more than its original 10-cent face value. So, just how much can a 1981 no-mint mark dime be worth today? In some cases, these rare dimes have sold for prices upwards of $142,000. That's right, $142,000 for a coin that was originally worth just 10 cents. This price tag reflects the rarity of the coin, as well as the high demand from collectors who are eager to add it to their collections. The value of the 1981 no-mint mark dime can vary depending on its condition, with coins in mint condition fetching the highest prices. The price of these dimes is not just about their rarity, but also about the cultural significance they hold. To collectors, they are a tangible piece of history, a reminder of the unpredictability and quirks of the minting process. The story of the 1981 no-mint mark dime is a perfect example of how something as small and seemingly insignificant as a coin can hold great value. What was once just another dime in circulation became a symbol of the fascinating world of coin collecting. From its humble beginnings to its remarkable journey into the world of rare collectibles, the 1981 no-mint mark dime is a testament to the allure of numismatics and the thrill of finding hidden treasures in everyday objects. As we conclude this story, let's take a moment to reflect on the journey of the 1981 no-mint mark dime. It started as a simple coin, minted as part of the regular coin production of the United States. But through a rare error, it transformed into a valuable artifact that tells a story of history, craftsmanship, and the pursuit of rarity. So, the next time you find a dime in your pocket, take a closer look. You never know, your everyday coin might just be worth more than you think. The year 1995 was a time of significant change and progress in the United States. The nation had moved beyond the tumultuous years of the 1980s, and the country was now deep in the throes of the 1990s, a decade marked by economic growth, technological advancements, and a rapidly changing social landscape. While the world around it was shifting, one thing remained constant: the familiar coin in your pocket, the dime. As one of the smallest denominations of American currency, the dime holds a special place in the nation's economy. However, it's a particular dime from 1995 that tells a fascinating story of history, artistry, and rarity, one that would ultimately captivate the hearts of collectors and coin enthusiasts around the world. The story of the 1995 US dime is not just about the coin itself, it's about the journey of a seemingly ordinary object transforming into an extraordinary treasure. Let's take a step back to 1995. The United States, under the leadership of President Bill Clinton, was experiencing one of its most prosperous periods in recent history. The country had emerged from the economic struggles of the 1980s, and the tech boom was just beginning to take off, with the internet on the brink of becoming a central part of everyday life. Meanwhile, in Washington, D.C., the U.S. Mint was continuing its important work of producing the coins that would circulate across the nation, fueling the economy and enabling people to engage in commerce. One of the most common and enduring coins to pass through the hands of Americans in 1995 was the one-dime coin, but while the 1995 dime was part of the regular coinage being minted by the U.S. Mint, there was something unique about the year that would make the coin more significant to collectors in the years to come. To understand why the 1995 dime would eventually become one of the most valuable dimes on the market, we need to look back at its design, its production process, and what makes certain coins stand out in the world of numismatics. The design of the dime itself has remained remarkably consistent over the years. The front, or obverse, side of the dime has featured the portrait of Franklin D. Roosevelt since 1946. The choice to honor Roosevelt was a deliberate one, intended to commemorate the president's leadership during the Great Depression and World War II. Designed by John R. Sinek, Roosevelt's image on the dime became an iconic representation of American resilience and leadership during some of the darkest times in the nation's history. The reverse side of the dime, on the other hand, has undergone a few changes over the years. The design currently in use was created by Adolph A. Weinman and was introduced in 1916. It features a torch flanked by an olive branch and an oak branch, symbols of liberty, peace, and strength. The torch represents freedom, the olive branch stands for peace, and the oak branch symbolizes strength. This reverse design has endured for more than a century, making it one of the most recognized motifs in American coinage. So, what makes the 1995 dime different from its predecessors? For the most part, it looks very similar to the dimes that came before it. However, like all coins, the process of minting was not always flawless, and errors in production occasionally occurred. These errors, though often unnoticed at first, would ultimately have a profound effect on the value of certain coins in circulation. While the vast majority of 1995 dimes were minted in Philadelphia and Denver, with a D mint mark signifying Denver production and a blank spot for Philadelphia, there was a specific issue that set some 1995 dimes apart from the others. The most notable error of the 1995 series was the 1995 double die dime. This particular flaw in the minting process occurred when the coin's dies, the tools used to strike the coin's design, misaligned during the production process. As a result, the design on certain 1995 dimes was double-stamped, making it appear as if the numbers, 1995, and the surrounding elements were doubled or duplicated. To the casual observer, this doubling might have seemed like an insignificant flaw, but for collectors, it was a highly desirable feature. The doubling was subtle, but it was enough to make the coin a rare and unique example of a minting error. Coins with this type of double die error are often referred to as double die coins, and they are highly prized by numismatists due to their rarity and the technical challenges involved in their creation. The 1995 double die dime became one of the most sought-after coins in the world of numismatics, drawing attention from collectors both in the US and abroad. The minting error that led to the creation of the 1995 double die dime was not immediately recognized by the public. In fact, it wasn't until after the coins had been circulated for a period of time that collectors started to notice the unique characteristics of the 1995 dimes. The error was not found in every 1995 dime, only a small number of them featured the doubling effect, which made them even more valuable. While it's difficult to determine the exact number of 1995 double die dimes in circulation, estimates suggest that only a few thousand of these coins were ever produced. This small number, coupled with the uniqueness of the error, contributed to the increasing demand for the coin as a collectible. The discovery of the 1995 double die dime error sent ripples through the world of coin collecting. At first, these coins were valued modestly, just a little more than their face value. However, as word spread about the rarity of the error, prices began to climb. Collectors began scouring their change for the elusive 1995 double die dime, hoping to find one that was in good condition and free of the wear and tear that often comes with years of circulation. Over time, the value of these coins increased exponentially, as collectors began to recognize their historical significance and rarity. In the years since the 1995 double die dime error was discovered, the coin has continued to be one of the most sought-after dimes among collectors. The coin's value has fluctuated depending on its condition, with uncirculated examples fetching the highest prices. While the 1995 double die dime may have started out as a relatively obscure error, it has since become one of the most iconic and valuable coins in modern American numismatics. So, how much is the 1995 double die dime worth today? The value of a 1995 double die dime can vary greatly depending on its condition and rarity. While many of these coins are worth a few $100s, the most well-preserved examples can sell for tens of thousands of dollars. In fact, the highest-selling 1995 double die dime has fetched an impressive $128,000 at auction. That's right, $128,000 for a dime that was originally worth just 10 cents. This price is a testament to the rarity of the coin, the unique error in its minting, and the high demand from collectors who are eager to own a piece of numismatic history. The value of the 1995 double die dime serves as a reminder of the fascinating world of coin collecting. What began as a simple error in the minting process became a highly prized collectible, worth far more than its original value. This is the magic of numismatics, the ability to turn an ordinary coin into a rare and valuable artifact through time, rarity, and the pursuit of perfection. As we conclude this story, we can reflect on the journey of the 1995 double die dime. From its humble beginnings in the U.S. Mint to its place as one of the most valuable dimes in the world, this coin is a symbol of the unexpected treasures that can be found in everyday objects. So the next time you find a dime in your pocket, take a moment to appreciate its history and the story it might hold. After all, in the world of coin collecting, you just never know when you might stumble upon a $128,000 treasure. In 1996, the United States found itself in a period of economic prosperity, technological advancement, and cultural change. It was a year when the nation experienced relative peace and stability, as President Bill Clinton continued his first term in office. The economy was booming, the internet was beginning to transform the way people communicated, and many Americans were enjoying the benefits of a growing economy. It was also a time when many people were simply going about their daily lives, using everyday items like the dime, a small but essential part of the nation's currency. Little did anyone know, however, that the 1996 one-dime coin would one day capture the attention of collectors and coin enthusiasts around the world, becoming a coveted treasure for numismatists and achieving a remarkable value that would astonish the public. At first glance, the 1996 dime may appear to be just another coin in the pocket change of Americans. However, beneath its unassuming appearance, the 1996 dime carries a story of historical significance, design, minting intricacies, and an unexpected twist that would make it one of the most intriguing coins in American numismatics. To understand why the 1996 dime would become a collector's dream and what makes it worth a staggering $118,000 today, we need to take a deeper look into the history of the coin, its design, and the rare error that would set it apart from its counterparts. The story of the dime dates back to 1796 when it was first introduced as part of the first official coinage of the United States. Over the years, the design of the dime has evolved, but it has always retained a certain level of importance and symbolism in the nation's currency. The 1996 dime, like many of its predecessors, features the portrait of Franklin D. Roosevelt on its obverse, a design that has been in use since 1946. Roosevelt, who served as the 32nd President of the United States, is widely remembered for his leadership during the Great Depression and World War II. His image on the dime is a tribute to his legacy and the enduring values he represented, such as resilience and leadership during times of hardship. The Roosevelt Dime was designed by artist John R. Sinek, and it has become one of the most iconic images in American coinage. Roosevelt's likeness is shown in profile, with the word Liberty inscribed above and the year of mintage, in this case, 1996, below his image. Surrounding his head is the inscription, "In God We Trust," a phrase that has been part of American coinage since the 19th century. This simple yet powerful design has remained unchanged for decades, making it one of the most recognized faces in the history of U.S. currency. The reverse side of the dime features a design by Adolph A. Weinman, introduced in 1916, which remains unchanged to this day. The reverse shows a torch, flanked by an olive branch and an oak branch, each symbolizing an important aspect of the United States. The torch represents liberty, the olive branch signifies peace, and the oak branch stands for strength. Together, these symbols embody the core values of the American people, making the reverse of the dime a powerful and enduring image. In 1996, the U.S. Mint was operating at full capacity, producing billions of coins each year to meet the needs of the American economy. The minting process was a highly coordinated effort, with coins being produced at various minting facilities across the country. The dimes from 1996 were primarily minted at the Philadelphia and Denver mint facilities. Each facility was responsible for producing a specific quantity of dimes, and each coin was struck with a specific mint mark to indicate its origin. Dimes minted in Philadelphia were produced without a mint mark, while those from Denver featured the letter D to distinguish them. San Francisco, which was primarily responsible for producing proof coins, did not produce regular circulation dimes that year. The 1996 dime, like most coins in circulation, was struck with a particular level of precision, but not all coins were created perfectly. While the vast majority of dimes from this year were produced without issue, there were some notable anomalies that would eventually capture the attention of collectors. As is often the case in the world of numismatics, even the smallest flaw or imperfection can make a coin incredibly valuable, and the 1996 dime was no exception. What set the 1996 dime apart from the rest, and what would eventually make it worth an astonishing $118,000, was a rare minting error that would go unnoticed for years. The error in question was a 1996 no mint mark dime, a coin that was struck at the Denver Mint but lacked the typical D mint mark. This was an unusual and unexpected occurrence, as coins from the Denver Mint were supposed to bear the D mint mark to indicate their origin. A small number of 1,996 dimes, however, were produced without this mint mark. The error went undetected for some time, as it was difficult to distinguish the unmarked coins from those produced at the Philadelphia Mint, which had no mint mark by design. However, as collectors began to examine the 1996 dimes more closely, they started to notice that some of the coins lacked the mint mark entirely, a subtle flaw that would ultimately make the coin a rare and highly sought-after item. The 1996 no mint mark dimes were not produced in large quantities, and their rarity is what makes them so valuable to collectors today. While many people may have discarded or spent these dimes without giving them a second thought, the small number of dimes with this minting error eventually caught the eye of numismatists and coin enthusiasts. These rare coins became highly desirable due to their unique characteristics and the mystery surrounding how they were minted. For collectors, the 1996 no mint mark dime represents a rare find, a coin that is both historically significant and incredibly scarce. As with many rare coins, the value of the 1996 no-mint mark dime has fluctuated over the years. When the error was first discovered, the coin's value was relatively modest. However, as more collectors became aware of the rarity of the coin, prices began to rise. The coin's value was bolstered by the fact that it was not only a rare minting error but also a part of a long tradition of dimes featuring the iconic Roosevelt design. The combination of rarity, historical significance, and the unique error made the 1996 no-mint mark dime a prized possession for numismatists. So, how much is a 1996 no-mint mark dime worth today? The answer may surprise you. While the coin may have initially been worth just a few dollars above its face value, the most well-preserved examples of the 1996 no-mint mark dime can now fetch prices of up to $118,000 at auction. This price is a reflection of the coin's rarity, the high demand from collectors, and the value placed on minting errors in the numismatic world. The 1996 no-mint mark dime is a true testament to the unpredictability and excitement of coin collecting. What began as a minor mistake in the minting process became one of the most sought-after coins in modern American history. The 1996 no-mint mark dime is a perfect example of how the world of coin collecting can turn even the most ordinary objects into extraordinary treasures. What started as a simple coin in circulation became a rare and valuable piece of history, all thanks to a small error in the minting process. The coin's journey from circulation to becoming a coveted collectible is a reminder of the unpredictable nature of numismatics and the excitement that comes with discovering rare and valuable coins. As we come to the end of this story, we can reflect on the remarkable journey of the 1996 no-mint mark dime. From its humble beginnings in the U.S. Mint to its place as one of the most valuable dimes in the world, this coin is a symbol of the unexpected treasures that can be found in everyday objects. It is a testament to the artistry, craftsmanship, and precision involved in coin production, and to the thrill of discovering something truly unique in the world of numismatics. So the next time you reach into your pocket for a dime, take a closer look. You might just be holding on to a rare piece of American history worth $118,000. In the year 1997, the United States was witnessing a time of growth and optimism. The country had moved well beyond the economic recession of the early 1990s, and the nation was experiencing a period of prosperity. Bill Clinton was in the middle of his second term as president, and the country's technological landscape was beginning to change rapidly, with the internet starting to reshape the way people interacted and conducted business. Despite all these big changes, one of the most enduring constants of American life remained something that many people often overlooked: the dime. The 1997 U.S. one-dime coin, like its counterparts, passed through the hands of millions of Americans during this prosperous time. For most, it was just a simple, everyday coin, small, unassuming, and seemingly insignificant in the larger scope of the economy. However, beneath its ordinary surface, the 1997 dime holds a story of both tradition and transformation. What many people didn't realize in 1997 was that this particular coin would one day rise in importance, becoming a highly sought-after collectible with a fascinating backstory. To truly understand the value and significance of the 1997 dime, we first need to take a deeper dive into the coin's design, its historical context, and what ultimately makes it such a captivating piece of numismatic history. While it might seem like just another dime in a long line of dimes, the 1997 version stands out in the world of coin collecting for reasons that may not be immediately obvious. Let's start with the design of the coin itself. The one-dime coin has featured the same basic design since 1946, when Franklin D. Roosevelt's likeness was added to the obverse. Roosevelt was chosen to appear on the dime to honor his leadership during the Great Depression and World War II, two pivotal periods in American history. The design was created by artist John R. Sinek, and Roosevelt's image is shown in profile, facing left. Above his head, the word "Liberty" is inscribed, with the year of minting, 1997, below. Beneath Roosevelt's portrait is the phrase, "In God We Trust," which has been part of American coinage since the mid-1800s. On the reverse side of the 1997 dime, we find the work of Adolph A. Weinman, who designed the reverse of the dime in 1916. The reverse of the coin features a torch, flanked by an olive branch and an oak branch. These symbols, liberty, peace, and strength, are woven into the fabric of American identity, representing core values that the country holds dear. The design has been in use for more than a century, and it's one of the most enduring and recognizable symbols in American coinage. So, what makes the 1997 dime worth talking about? While the design itself didn't change from the previous year, it was the process of minting the 1997 dimes that would later make them a sought-after collector's item. In the world of numismatics, the story of a coin's rarity and value often comes down to a few key factors: errors in the minting process, the limited number of coins produced, and the condition of the coin itself. The 1997 dime is no different. The U.S. Mint, which is responsible for producing all the country's coinage, is a highly efficient operation. Dimes, along with other coins, are struck at the Mint's various facilities in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Most of the dimes from 1997 were minted at either the Philadelphia or Denver facilities. Coins from Philadelphia are typically struck without a mint mark, while those from Denver feature a D mint mark to signify their origin. San Francisco, meanwhile, primarily produces proof coins, which are specially made for collectors and not intended for circulation. However, what set the 1997 dime apart from the rest wasn't the mint where it was produced, but rather a small but significant error in the minting process. While the U.S. Mint is generally known for its precision, mistakes do occasionally happen. These errors, though typically rare, can make a coin much more valuable than one without any imperfections. The 1997 dime saw the creation of a particular minting error that would prove to be a game-changer for collectors. The error in question is known as the 1997 DDO, or double die obverse. In this case, the double die error occurred when the dies used to strike the coin became misaligned during production. The result was a slight doubling effect on certain areas of the coin's design, particularly around the year 1997 and the word liberty. To the untrained eye, these errors might seem inconsequential, but to coin collectors, they were a treasure trove of rarity and intrigue. Double die errors occur when the coin's design is struck multiple times, resulting in an overlapping of images that creates a subtle doubling effect. While most of the 1997 dimes were struck correctly, a small number of coins were struck with this double die error, making them incredibly rare and highly valuable. In the world of coin collecting, errors like the 1997 DDO dime are highly prized because they are often the result of a small flaw in the minting process. These errors are typically not intended and are the result of mechanical malfunctions, die misalignments, or other production anomalies that make certain coins stand out from the rest. For collectors, the thrill of finding an error coin like the 1997 DDO dime is what makes numismatics such an exciting and rewarding hobby. The discovery of the 1997 DDO dime caught the attention of collectors almost immediately. As more people began to notice the error, demand for the coin began to rise. The rarity of the 1997 DDO dime made it a must-have for serious collectors, and as word spread about the existence of this rare minting error, the value of the coin began to skyrocket. So, what makes the 1997 DDO dime so valuable today? The primary factor in determining the coin's value is its rarity. With only a small number of 1997 dimes featuring the double die error, the coin has become a rare find for collectors. Another key factor is the coin's condition. Coins that are well preserved, with minimal wear and tear, are far more valuable than coins that have been circulated extensively. A 1997 DDO dime in excellent condition can fetch a higher price than one that shows signs of heavy use. In addition to rarity and condition, the value of the 1997 DDO dime is also driven by demand. As more collectors become aware of the coin's existence and its unique features, the price continues to rise. Over the years, the 1997 DDO dime has gone from being a relatively unknown error coin to one of the most valuable dimes on the market. In fact, the highest-selling 1997 DDO dime to date has been known to fetch up to $108,000 at auction. That's right, a dime that was originally worth just 10 cents now commands a staggering price due to its rarity, historical significance, and the collector interest it has generated. This price is a testament to the excitement and allure of numismatics. The 1997 DDO dime is a perfect example of how even the smallest mistakes in the minting process can create coins that are worth far more than their face value. For collectors, the 1997 DDO dime represents the thrill of the hunt, the joy of searching through rolls of coins, hoping to find a rare treasure among the ordinary. It's a reminder that in the world of coin collecting, anything can happen, and even a seemingly insignificant dime can become a valuable piece of history. In conclusion, the story of the 1997 US 1 dime coin is a reminder of the unpredictable nature of coin collecting. What started as a simple minting error turned into one of the most valuable coins in the world of numismatics. The 1997 DDO dime serves as a testament to the artistry, craftsmanship, and precision involved in coin production, and the thrilling possibility of discovering a rare treasure hidden in plain sight. So the next time you reach for a dime, take a moment to appreciate the potential it holds. You never know when you might come across a coin worth $108,000.